Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for another ESO build video. I'm Fuzzy Jugernaut. Today I'm going to be showing you a pretty much universal stam build that works on all stam classes for the new upcoming patch. This will be a Cyrodiil build only for when the Cyrodiil drops and the no proc sets comes out. Currently this is on a Stamplar, and Kirchhoff will be using this in his stream, which was last night, so you guys can check that whole thing out. But this, ultimately I created this build on my Dragonite for my DK, so it works on all classes. But before I get into the build or any of that stuff, if you like the channel or the content, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and push that notification bell to get the latest content from this channel. So this build has a lot of damage, anywhere from 6.3 to 6.4 or 5. It's a lot of damage. It's got really good sustain, and it's got decent survivability. And like I said, this will be for the next patch, but this also currently works in the patch we're in right now. So if you want to go ahead and try this out, you can for this patch. Like I said, Kirchhoff was using it last night in the stream. I'm using it. The clips you're seeing right now, though, aren't with the build. It's with a similar one, but this one had Eternal Vigor on it. I just put this as background. But enough talk, let's get into it. Alright, here we are. Let's hop into the character sheet. So, unbuffed, we're sitting at 4474 weapon damage. Fully buffed up, this build can be pushed up to about 6.3, 6.4k weapon damage. Right now, how I have the build set up, because I don't play on Stamplar a lot, I have it set up to about 5.8 to 6k weapon damage, but it hits extremely hard. It's really nice. We're sitting at 30.5k max stamina with 13 stamina recovery, 851 health recovery, 709 magicka recovery, 13.5k max magicka, and 27k health. Normally your health will be about 25 to 26k. We have 55 into stamina, 9 into health. I'm running Artaeum Takeaway Broth. Now, you can run Bewood Sugar Skulls if you'd like. It's completely up to you. Both will work. If you do run Bewood Sugar Skulls, I suggest taking off the Warrior since we have enough damage, and putting on the Serpent to give you stamina recovery. Either way will boost your stats. You'll get a little bit more health. Both ways work, and it's completely optional and based on your personal preference and playstyle. Back bar unbuffed. I'm not going to go over it all, but we're sitting pretty high, good stats. You can pause it, check this out. Now if we buff up, back bar in the rune, we're sitting at 28,000 spell resistance and 29,000 physical resistance. Front bar, we're sitting at 24,877 and 25,855 for physical and spell. 5178 just for regular buffed damages. And then if we hop off, out of rune, back bar, we're sitting at 25 and 26 on physical and spell. And then front bar, we're sitting at 21, almost 2200 spell resistance and 22,881 physical resistance. Now we'll go into inventory. Also, before I get it, I'm Orc on this. You can go Dark Elf or Imperial or whatever you'd like. Any of the classes will work for right now, but this is just a rough draft for the next upcoming patch. This is very viable in the current patch that we're in, but next Tuesday when the patch comes out, I'll be doing an updated version of this build with the CP points and all that stuff. This is our future build for the patch, and it's a really nice build. So we're using, like I said, you can use Artaeum Takeaway Broth or Bewood Sugar Skulls, Crown Tri Restoration Potions, or Tri-Stat Health Potions. Either ones work, or immovability, whatever your preference is. Our first set's going to be Shackle Breaker. We're going to be running Greatsword in the next patch, so I have Greatsword on here. Nirnhone with Berserker enchant for the weapon damage, so it procs off our light attacks. We're running Shackle Breaker. If you don't know what Shackle Breaker does, you can pause the video and check this out. I'm not going to explain it all, but it's just broad damage stats that we're getting on these builds. Back bar, Shackle Breaker Sword. This one, I have a poison on here. You don't have to use poisons if you don't want to. We have Nirnhone. That's just for the increased healing for the back bar. It's going to help out with our heals and give us increased more damage overall, which heals will be really good in next patch. Then we have Shacklebreaker Shield infused. I have a max magicka because I was using this on a magicka tune, but preferably you want reinforced with like a tri-stat enchant probably. Now you don't have to use this, you can actually switch this out and put on, let's see here if I have it on here. You could put on a bow if you'd like. Bow works too. So I don't play on Stamplar like I said that much, so if you want to use bow, sword and board, either one works. Then for our helmet, we're going to be running Shacklebreaker, Reinforced, Tri-Stat, Enchant. Now if you're running Orc, it's important that you run, I would preferably, for me, Kirk has it set up just a little bit differently when we created this build yesterday, so you can go ahead and check that out like I said in the beginning of the video. This one though, I would run Reinforced on all the big pieces just to boost your max health up there a little bit. Now in the next patch, I think our health will be up to like 29, 30k, so you could either take those off or leave them on. I'm going to leave them on personally. Then we have Shacklebreaker, Chest Piece, Impenetrable, Tri-Stat Glyphs, like I said, big pieces. And then we have Witch Knight, which is our second set. Now this is going to be a 4-piece of this, so we're running 5 Shackle and 4 Witch. I have Sturdy on here, I just haven't transmutated yet. I'm going to transmutate all these and then also gold them out for the next patch. We have a max stamina enchant on here. Preferably you'd want impenetrable or well fitted. This is going to give us 3 lines of max weapon damage, which is really nice. It ultimately pushes our weapon damage up really high. We are able to utilize the 4-piece bonus from this, and because it's raw stats, it will work in the next patch in Cyrodiil, so it's completely viable. We've already tested this out. We've talked to a lot of people on the PC and everything. Impenetrable for the belt, which is Witch Knight's max stamina enchant, and then Witch Knight arms, Impenetrable, max stamina. Now like I said, you can make these all well fitted and then reinforced if you wanted to, but right now I have it impen and reinforced for this patch. We have Shacklebreaker pants, Impenetrable, Tri-Stat enchant on here. And then we have reinforced max stamina for the boots for Witch Knight. So we got the 4-piece Witch Knight on the body. We have boots, arms, waist, and shoulders. You can run this in any way you would like. Preferably you'd want the 2 heavy though, chest and legs. And then in the next patch I'll go over whether we'll be running like 3 and 4 on heavy and medium. But like I said, in the next build I'll go over all that. Then for our final set is going to be a 3-piece of agility on the jewelry, all infused. I have 1 stamina recovery and 2 weapon damage enchantments. You can go all weapon damage enchantments if you want and run Bewitched Sugar Skulls with the Serpent. There's multiple ways you can run this, so ultimately you can conform this to your playstyle and how you want to play and build it. Now let's go into our skills. So the first skill we're going to be using is Binding Javelin. This is going to be our stun, which is really nice. Does decent amount of damage and ignores the enemy's resistances. Then we have Camo Hunter. You can switch this out for Power of the Light if you would want. It's completely up to you. You can put Power of the Light here if you want. I prefer Camo Hunter, but we're at lower health, so Power of the Light's not going to really hit that hard. But it's completely preference and up to you how you want to run it. I prefer Camo Hunter. That's what I'm going to go with. It's also going to give us the major savagery and all that, then also give us some minor berserk too. Then we have Rally. This is our heal, one of our heals, and it's going to give us our major brutality along with our stamina recovery for 20% for 20 seconds, and the heal is pretty nice. Then we have Executioner. This is going to be our execute. You can use reverse slice if you'd like to, completely up to you. And then Biting Jabs are main spammable, does good amount of damage. Unbuffed tooltip, we're at 42 physical damage, and it goes a lot higher than that. This build absolutely melts, and jabs are really nasty and they're cheap. Then we have Dawnbreaker of Smiting. This is going to be your ulti. This actually stacks even higher than this tooltip when we're fully buffed up. This absolutely slaps people. Kirchhoff in his stream was hitting 10k Dawnbreakers no problem, which was really nice, and melting people down. Then for our back bar, we have Restoring Focus. This is going to be your rune. This is just going to pretty much give us our major resolve, and then also give us a little bit of resources back too. Then we have Ritual of Retribution. This is going to be your cleanse. This is going to really good ability to have because you can cleanse a bunch of dots and poisons and all that stuff off you. It's a lifesaver. And it's pretty much our only magic ability. So then we have Resolving Vigor. This is our other main heal. It's a 16.9, almost 1700k tooltip, and that's not even buffed up. And then we have shuffle. You don't have to run shuffle if you don't want to. I personally, you can run elude or whatever one you want. This is a flex spot, so you can put whatever else you'd like to run here. It's completely up to you. It's optional. So most people run it on here, but like I said, it's completely optional, up to you. If you're in like Imperial City, you can put repentance if you want. Then we have ransack. This is going to do a decent amount of damage. It's not like a huge thing of damage. We're not really too worried about the taunting, but it puts major breach on the target, so it reduces their physical and spell resistances by 6,000, which is also nice. And then you also gain mana protection, reducing your damage taken by 5% for 15 seconds. The back one, it's because I don't have the sword and board ulti. I don't really have any other ulti, so I just put Solar Prism, but you could use undo or whatever you would like. I don't know if I have it. This is a newer character, so I don't really have much unlocked on him, but you could use whatever ulti you'd like on here. It's completely optional and up to you. Now let's go into our champion points. This really isn't going to matter in a week, but I'll just go over these for right now, just in case you want to use the build before the patch. So I have 40 into Warlord, 16 into Sprinter, 1 into Siphoner, 49 into Arcanist, 64 into Mooncalf, 49 into Healthy, 51 into Tumbling. You can move these around if you want to do more blocking, depending on what you're running. 49 into Blessed for healing, 72 into Master at Arms, 40 into Precise Strikes, 53 into Piercing, 56 into Mighty, 72 into Ironclad, 44 into Medium Armor Focused. You don't have to put this many in here. 41 into Resistance, 43 into Hardy, 43 into Elemental Defender, none into Thick Skin because we can cleanse their dots off of us. And we have 27 into Quick Recovery for more heals. And this is just a template, so you don't have to follow these exactly. And like I said, the next build will be coming out with the champion points soon. So, and I'll go into detail on that. I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. If I missed anything, just let me know in the comments section down below. I appreciate all stopping by, and I'll catch you guys on the next one within a week.